Hello and welcome to Our Kids, brought to you by the Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Stephanie Bateman. JCPS students are participating in all sorts of activities this month. We have stories about how our kids are engaged in visual arts, dance, and citizenship activities in both the virtual and real worlds. Plus, we have these stories from our Fern Creek and Ballard High School student correspondents.
Greek gods, goddesses, and chariot races will take you back to the Greek Olympics at Cameron Middle School. I'm Ballard correspondent Grace Gupton, and I'll have the story.
Seniors at Manual High School have started their own campaign to bring President Obama to speak at their graduation ceremony. They've managed to amass an impressive list of endorsements from the governor, congressman, and the local business community.
Well, the President Project is Manual High School's official invitation to President Barack Obama and all of Kentucky's congressmen, including Mitch McConnell, Rand Paul, John Yarmouth, to come to our graduation and give our commencement address in May of 2012.
The response has been pretty great. We've had the governor of Kentucky, Steve Beshear, endorse us.
I'm proud to support DuPont Manual High School's The President Project.
We've had Congressman John Yarmouth.
So Manual's a very special place.
We've had former Congressman Ron Mazzoli.
I am a voter. I mean, that was one of the huge parts of our campaign was we registered as many people as we could at the school. We had in a 2-week span, we registered almost 200 voters in the Manual senior class. So we are a constituency.
The mission of this is bigger than Manual, it's bigger than Louisville itself. We want to bring education reform to the forefront of the agenda in Washington and across all the capitals throughout the states.
It is not the 100-year-old bricks that define or distinguish our school.
And we've had a YouTube channel that has had a lot of success. We've had about 14,000 views on the channel. The most famous video was the We Are Manual video, which showcased all of our successes.
When you see National Merit finalists painted up in red and white at football games, you know you're at a special place. The environment here at Manual is unparalleled.
I've really learned that persistence and patience pays off.
It's been just a great experience learning, not just to be a leader, but to be a follower and make sure that you're a team player, that, you do your part, even exceed that, and just bring all the talents that you have to the table.
It has been fun. I mean, I worked with a group of students who absolutely believe in what we're doing, that they think that they agree with me completely that this is just a really amazing opportunity that we've kind of, in essence, made for ourselves.
Fern Creek Traditional High School's Marine Corps Junior ROTC was presented with the Marine Corps' highest honor for a JROTC unit. Kendall Riddle has details.
Everybody knows that Fern Creek's ROTC is a national power and drill team performance, but you might not know that they recently won the McCrae Outstanding Unit Award for Region 1.
Fern Creek's ROTC continued its 12 years of national recognition by receiving the Marine Corps Reserve Association's Outstanding Unit Award, also known as the McCrae. The McCrae is the highest award a ROTC unit can receive. This award was officially presented to the JROTC program on January 13th. Fern Creek ROTC cadets and instructors were in attendance along with the JCPS Superintendent, Dr. Donna Hargens. This award is based on competitive categories in student government, school activities, academics, team competitions, and community service. Fern Creek was the top performer in their region by performing in 30 competitive events, including drill and rifle team events. Plus, they also found time to participate in more than 11,000 community service hours for 38 different organizations during the 2010-2011 school year. At the end of the previous school year, Fern Creek's MCJROTC drill team returned home with their 12th consecutive national championship from the National High School Drill Team competition in Daytona, Florida. Although each performance requires a great amount of team effort, the Lady Leatherneck drill team feels that it also reflects on their individual effort.
All the hard work I've done since my freshman year in ROTC has paid off, and to the unit it just shows that we have done all of the hard work possible, even though there is still room for improvement.
After the awards ceremony, both the boys and girl drill team performed in front of Superintendent Dr. Hargens and many others. Lakin Pack, a junior in the ROTC program, feels that hard work is a valuable life lesson.
I'm really excited. It shows that we have dedication and that we really work hard all together. And it just shows that we have really good community service, and we also have a really good drill team, and that we basically just work hard to do anything.
When it comes to ROTC, Fern Creek cadets give all they have to bring their pride to their school, state, and country. The McCrae Award is just one more piece of evidence to prove this fact. For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Kendall Riddle.
It may be 6 months until the Summer Olympic Games in London, England, but Camera Middle School students decided not to wait, hosting their games early. Here's Grace Gupton.
A social studies unit on ancient Greece comes alive with games, cheers, and fun. The Coliseum, also known as Camera Middle School's gymnasium, was filled with spectators and athletes all ready for this year's Greek Olympics.
The Greek Olympics is the culmination to our unit studying ancient Greece. And we run the gamut. We have a pantheon of gods and goddesses. We have Olympic events. We have awards, and ultimately everyone who wins is crowned with the laurel wreath. Very exciting.
The 7th grade classes assembled in their togas and creative homemade masks and headgear to represent the city-states of Corinth and Sparta. There were many ways to participate in the games.
I'm in Athens. I'm going to be doing basketball shooting contest and lots of other stuff.
I'm going to be running a flag around the gym saying Sparta because I'm a Spartan. I'm from the city-state Sparta of ancient Greece.
The competition was made up of numerous events like the relay races. The crowds went wild as the chariots raced around the track 2 times, and the Greek gods and goddesses rooted on the stage. The students tried to get low in the limbo competition. The teachers said the games helped their students remember the lesson.
Well, I have 8th graders coming back to me. I've got 9th graders that come back to me still, and they want to, can we come help? Can we do anything for the Greek Olympics? They remember everything. They remember the unit, they remember the time here, and they do say it's one of the best days throughout their entire middle school career.
I am Ballard correspondent Grace Gupton for Our Kids.
From the Greek games to Latin dance, it's all a part of cultural learning at Hawthorne Elementary School.
We are very excited to have our culminating performance of our Dance Artist in Residence. Angela Bartley was here for many weeks working with all of our students on different dances from Spanish-speaking cultures. We're a dual language school, so we learn math and science in Spanish. So this is a great arts and humanities connection to the content learning that we're already doing in our classrooms.
I'm here on behalf of the Kentucky Arts Council, and I'm what you call an artist in residence. And basically what I do is I go into schools and I teach dance programs. This specific program is for the bilingual program for Hawthorne Elementary.
Vamos a bailar means let's dance.
Vengan para bailar. They're learning Spanish, and I'm here to teach them Spanish-style dancing, like we're doing salsa, merengue, cha-cha, etc.
In salsa rueda, you have a partner, and you dance around in a circle. You have a beat. It's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 beat. And you stomp your feet to the dance, and you constantly change depending on what the person that orders the calls says. You do different movements.
It was very easy because we've been working with Senora Angela for a long time.
I'm teaching here is what we call social dancing, and the difference between social dancing and ballroom dancing is social dancing, which is usually the Latin dances or social dances, are done in social environments, like at the park or at parties. A lot of Latin families do them in their home. Ballroom dances generally have a competitive intention behind them. So we're all being social dancers here today.
We did merengue, and in merengue, well, it's from Dominican Republic. It helps us learn because we're just starting to learn Spanish, and so if we just do a dance with Spanish, we could learn a lot of Spanish.
Well, the kids love to move, they love to dance, and they love music. So this combines all of that together. You also see that they're working on their social skills because they do have partners.
It's pretty hard. You had to pay attention. It took a while to learn, but after you learned it, it was pretty easy.
It's physical, so they're out there moving and getting that good energy out and clearly enjoying it while they're doing it. They have learned a lot since they started. They didn't know anything about dance, for most of them, since they started, and now they have just made great strides, and you see them cooperating all together, moving to the music, following the directions, knowing different dance techniques and terms.
Don't go away, we've got a lot more stories about our kids coming up. Welcome back. You're watching Our Kids, sponsored by the Jefferson County Public Schools. Students at Price Elementary, working with local sculptors Al and Penny Nelson, created a four-sided stone pillar designed to house, of all things, a time capsule.
You never know what's going to be under it. Might be a shell holding it in there very tightly. You're doing great.
We are doing a stone carving project because we're making a time capsule that's going to represent all of our 5th grade students here at Price.
You're the very first person to ever see under there. You're like an archaeologist.
You grab the chisel and the hand that you don't write with, and the hand that you write with, you use the hammer, and then you take the hammer and you hit the chisel.
How you got it?
For the time capsule, the students designed 4 pictures for it to represent our Price Way, or our student motto that we have. So in the Price Way, we talk about 4 different principles: respect, responsibility, work, and care.
They're making art out of the stone.
You see how it sparkles? Remember we talked about that calcite in the bones of the fish?
Today we have Al and Penny Nelson, who are part of Nelstone.
Now, to me, the key of this thing is don't look where you're hitting. The reason I don't want you to watch where you're hitting is I want you to watch the tip of the chisel.
And they are just fantastic. They're veteran stone carvers. I know they've said they've been working with students for over 26 years, and then just in the stone carving business, you know, well before that.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scratch in my nickname, and and the reason why we're doing this is because we need to learn how to carve.
The time capsule is when you carve one of the shapes and you get to pick which one you want it, and then you go over there to that station and then you tell him what you want to carve and he'll carve it for you.
The response from the students has been wonderful. Actually, at first, whenever they heard about it, I don't really think they quite grasped or understood the whole process. Like, they saw pictures, they saw video clips, but it wasn't until today when they actually stepped into our converted stone studio that they really, I think, appreciated and just fell in awe with the work that they were doing.
It's from Indiana and it's a limestone.
Fossils are from the fish when all their bones fell to the bottom of the water and then it turned to stone.
And it's fish bones that's been over 350 million years ago.
With our magnet program here, our focus is integration in the classroom, and this year's focus has been with science. With this project, we are able to cover multiple science content bullets and also pull in the art as well, so that we're teaching both of them together.
And they say it is the finest limestone in the world because this stone has the finest fossil structure of shells and fish. So it's the greatest building stones for the Empire State Building, the National Cathedral, the Pentagon, all those are made out of there.
So the kids walk out with science information, they have art information, and they have, you know, a wonderful experience and a memory that they'll take for their lifetime with them.
Where did I say it came from? What state?
Indiana.
You got it. Good memory.
The Nelsons work with Price students through a grant coordinated by the Kentucky Museum of Art and Craft. The Challenger Learning Center, housed at the Academy at Shawnee, has been bustling with student field trips since opening a year ago. Fern Creek correspondent Jared Bobbitt hitched a ride on one of the simulated space shuttle flights.
Here at the Challenger Learning Center, students take a break from pencil and paper for an out-of-this-world experience. The Challenger Learning Center for Space and Science Education created Challenger Learning Centers as a way to promote scientific literacy among students and to honor the Space Shuttle Challengers, 7 astronauts who were tragically lost during the shuttle's launch on January 28, 1986.
The main mission of the Challenger Learning Center is to actually promote enthusiasm across the board, in particular 6th graders with the science, mathematics, and technology industries that are available to them.
3,
The Challenger Learning Center always equips teachers with new materials and techniques, giving them everything they need to help students make connections between science and their everyday lives.
I think that the curriculum that's in 6th grade in Jefferson County right now is very well reinforced with the activities done here at the Challenger Center. We're teaching a hands-on information, computer literate group of 11-year-olds.
At the Challenger Learning Center, students fly simulated space missions. They can build a probe to study astronomical objects, make preparations for permanent lunar base, repair satellites, and study Earth from space. Through the center, students develop skills in decision-making, teamwork, problem-solving, and communications. Brown Middle School student Miguel Castro explains how the Challenger Center helps his skills in the classroom.
And I think the way simulations will help us if we're in science and we're doing simulations on how a species would be affected if some factor was taken away. It'd be easier to learn how to use that simulation. I'd be able to analyze the data from the simulation.
JCPS students have a unique learning opportunity to engage in the exploration of the world and the universe. For our kids, I'm Fern Creek's correspondent, Trayvon Spencer.
For many of our kids, extracurricular activities are a way to learn teamwork, gain discipline, or just burn off youthful energy. But in this student spotlight, Ben Jackie shows us how an extracurricular activity has helped a Cochran Elementary student cope with tragedy.
As fast as their feet will carry them, most students are out the door and on the bus at the end of the day.
I can't wait to just rush out of my classroom.
But for a group of Cochran Elementary girls, the education continues. This may look like your average cross-country team preparing for practice. However, the focus here isn't winning or losing, it's learning about life.
Before every run, we usually have a lesson, and we had a total of 20 lessons, and each focused on a different aspect of their inner being.
This is Girls on the Run.
All right, I'll start my one.
A program promoting self-esteem that tackles topics like bullying and family issues.
And the whole message is hard work does pay off.
You gotta keep on pushing, keep on pushing, keep on running.
Everyone here has their own reason for running.
When I first came to school, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna make it through the school year without her?
Kyra came to Cochran just a few months after her mother was shot and killed near Chattanooga, Tennessee. She and her younger brother moved to Kentucky to live with their grandparents. A new city, a new school, all while coming to terms with the loss of their parents.
She's just like a really amazing person. I really look up to her, and she's taught me how to sing. She's taught me how to believe in myself.
It's going to affect them, but hopefully in a good way. You know what I mean? It could be negative or it could be a positive thing.
Kyra's teachers say it has been positive. She's active in several school activities and is excelling in the advanced program.
She's like a sponge. She soaks up everything, you know, and just her character, her personality, you know, totally shines through.
Kyra is an exceptional little girl, and she takes hold to stuff real quick. She's like a little sponge, you know.
And it's been neat to watch her grow and to see what she's become just while being here.
Sometimes when I think I won't make it, like my brain is almost like a hologram, like from my brain onto the concrete saying, come on, Kyra, you can do it, you can do it. Just her just standing right there saying, you can do it.
The culmination of the Girls on the Run program is a 5K run against other schools. However, this isn't about where you finish, but how you finish.
It's about the process, it's about the journey.
Not running from your troubles, but racing towards a goal. Learning just how strong an 11-year-old can be.
Even though like you're close to the finish line, but you feel like you can't make it, it's like, just take a breathe, just take a breather, think about it. Just like stop, think, and run. Just keep on running.
With more of our trusted websites getting hacked, it's more important than ever to protect ourselves whenever we go online. Ballard correspondent Simone Young has some advice on staying safe.
According to CNN Tech, an 8-digit password can take up to 2 hours to hack, but a 12-character password would take 17 years. Also, change your passwords twice a year and have a different password for Facebook that you don't use anywhere else. I'm Ballard correspondent Simone Young with Tech Tips.
And speaking of responsible use of social media, Newburgh Middle School hosted the launch of a new program that teaches internet safety, etiquette, and how to find reliable information.
I cannot tell you how pleased we are today to host the launch and how pleased we are to be selected as the middle school that will pilot this new digital program with our students.
Our goal is to certify thousands and thousands and thousands of students across Kentucky and how to empower them using technology, but also how to protect them.
From my experience, I've found that the program is, like many others, trying to teach people how to be safe on the internet and texting in other ways, and to avoid cyberbullying or text bullying, and to decrease the amount of bullying over electronic.
With technology these days, it can be very challenging knowing whether something is trustworthy or whether something is completely bogus and unsafe.
It's like once something's out there, once you post it, it's out there forever. And that's why I think people should watch what they put in. Just tell their parents, even if their parents don't agree with it, just letting them know first. It's probably the best option.
What we would like to see is Kentucky becoming the powerhouse for science, technology, engineering, and math. We need more people in Kentucky who are not only safe on the internet, which is one of the key goals of this program, but feel facile with using the internet, how it works, how they can set up businesses.
We have several groups of students that do podcasts. And so that's going to further help them understand different ways that you can integrate the technology to come up with that final product that they would submit for a competition or for our school website or to use in a digital format.
I've never really thought about a program that reaches out into teenagers, that reaches a message that's so basic, because it's such a basic program, but it sends such a vital message, and sometimes you don't even realize it.
Stay tuned. Our kids will be back after these messages.
I never took a single note.
I never stayed awake in class.
I never listened to my teachers.
I never worried about my GPA or my ACT.
I never took the time to find out about financial aid, scholarships, or grants.
I never knew that, on average, a college graduate earns around $45,000.
I never knew that a high school graduate earns much less than that, about $21,000 a year.
I never knew you were more likely to be unemployed and stay unemployed with only a high school diploma.
I never knew college was so important.
I hope you didn't run to the fridge on that last break. If you did, you missed a student-produced PSA about the importance of going to college. Now that PSA is an award winner. Lake and Pack introduces us to the masterminds who created it.
A group of JCPS students are already making a name for themselves in the short film industry. Recently, a group of 3 Fern Creek High School students entered a public service announcement into the Kentucky Youth Film Festival, which is part of the Louisville International Festival of Film. Little did they know they would go home 3 weeks later with the first place in the PSA category. Deontay Alexander, Michael Parrish, and Javon Hawkins all created the public service announcement. The PSA is about the importance of going to college.
With only a high school diploma.
I never knew college was so important.
The students were picked up in a limousine at the Board of Education and were taken to the Louisville Slugger Museum. When they got there, they walked down the red carpet and were acknowledged like celebrities. Deontay explains how he feels about this accomplishment.
Well, I feel very accomplished. Like, it's my dream to have a masterpiece film, and we won $800 from the Apple Store, so we have a chance to get our own equipment and not use the schools and produce our own projects.
When Deontay and his group found out they won Best in Category, they were elated. Javon describes what the honor means to him.
Honestly, that we put in a whole lot of hard work, and I think that we deserve it as well as other people in the groups, other groups, and I honestly think that it just shows us that we can do a lot better. We can see what we need to improve even more.
The The boys were awarded with an $800 gift card to the Apple Store and a personalized Louisville Slugger bat. The theater was packed with students, parents, and school faculty. The 3 students now have something special to add to their college resumes. In a few years, don't be surprised to see their work on the big screen.
For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Lakin Pack.
Last month, we told you about the new Performing Arts Wing at Lincoln Elementary School. This month, we take you inside the grand opening celebration. Young elementary students have a habit of their own going. For the 3rd straight year, students from the International Baccalaureate Primary Program School have won 1st and 2nd place awards in the annual Kentucky Adopt a Highway poster contest. The competition drew more than 2,400 entries from students throughout the state. That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you like our new look. If you have an idea for a story, email us at this address. We'd love to hear from you. And if you miss us here, you can find full episodes of Our Kids on YouTube. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.